How to
Right.
make sourdough.
Oh, that's on your voice is on anyway.
I know. Okay, go.
Right, what we're going to do is we're going to take you step for step through the process of making a sourdough bread. We're going to start off with the starter. And what I do is just take an ordinary standard honey jar, and we're going to take 2 tablespoons of what I have here is mixed white bread flour and some brown bread flour. So take 2 tablespoons in there, and you can add some water, warm water, and then you just mix it up. Mix it up to like a thin, runny pancake mix. Okay. Right, can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all we do, just scrape down the side so it's not up there. And we just cover it with a cloth or something, or just even the lid loosely, and we'll leave it aside and we'll come to it tomorrow. That's day 1, step 1. Thank you.
Okay, you know how to press it.
Yeah, press that same record button. Okay, day 2. Let's look at the starter. You see it's looking like a bit stringy, snolly like. Okay, now all we're going to do today is just add another 2 tablespoons of that flour, some warm water, and give it a stir again. Same consistency like slap or sloppy pancake mix. Scrape all the stuff down the side so it's all mixed properly. Get a lot of air in there. Okay. And what I'm going to do today is just cover it with a blue cloth like that and leave it. Okay. Okay, it's day 3. Let's have a look in here. All bubbly going on in there, not very much. Okay. Right, so what we do now is all I'm doing is just adding another 2 tablespoons of flour, bit of warm water again. I know we're supposed to take some out, but I want to grow quite a bit so we have enough for, again, make a sloppy mix. And then that's it. Cover it with a cloth again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's day 4. And let's have a look. Not much action, but there is some bubbling going on. Starting to smell like fermenting. So all we're going to do today again is put the 2 tablespoons of flour in and a little bit of warm water again. Then give it a stir. Stir it up. Okay, I did scrape down the sides a little bit so that you can see when it rises up. All I'm going to do again is just cover it and leave it one side again. Okay, it's the end of day 4, step number 5. All I'm going to do is put another 2 tablespoons of flour in and the warm water story again. Give it a stir. Make the sloppy mix again. And then put it aside. It has grown a bit. You will see it rises and overnight and then it falls down back to its normal level. So then we just put this back on and we put it aside. Tomorrow I'll show you the bubbles and stuff, okay? Okay, it's end of day 5 and step 6. Okay, I just want to show you. I did make a mark here yesterday, so the stuff rose up to there and then it's dropped back down. Okay, so today we're going to take some out, otherwise it's going to overflow sooner or later. So what I do is I take another jar and just take a spoon and take some out. Say 2 tablespoons or even 3 tablespoons. You set it aside. This one you can start again and carry on the way you're doing it with this one. Okay, all we do now again is just keep adding our 2 tablespoons of flour, a little bit of warm water, and give it a stir up. And then just set it aside. Scrape it down off the sides there a bit. Just get some air in there. And then just cover it up and set it aside again. You will see it rises up and it's getting stronger and stronger as we go along. You want it to almost double its size. Then it will be a good starter. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. Cover it up again. And then I'll start this one, I'll leave it. You can even add some flour now, and we've got two going.
Or you can use it as the overflow from that one and put it in the fridge for...
Yeah, you can keep it in the fridge, it stays long in the fridge. This is another one I've been busy with that I use. You can see it's about a month or so old. Got a lot of bubbles going on there, so I'll feed it now too. It rises up quite high and drops down, so I'll use this to top up in here as well. We'll keep it in the fridge, and just before we need it we'll take it out and feed it and it'll grow. Okay, this is day 6, step 7. And you can see where it rose up to and fell down again. So yesterday I did take some out. So all I'm going to do is, this is a 2 tablespoon scoop. Put 2 tablespoons of flour in again. And then stir it up a bit. Add a little bit of water. And stir it up, cover it up, leave it again. Okay, this is day 8. I missed out yesterday, but that's no sweat. You can see it's still runny and it's got a bit of bubblies in it. It rose quite high. Okay, so today all I'm going to do now is also again just take some flour, 2 tablespoons of flour, and put it in there and do the same thing. We're going to do this for about 2 weeks odd. We're going to have a look after 1.5 weeks. We're going to see over the weekend. I'm going to see if I can try and make bread. Just do that, add a bit of water, make the sloppy mix, cover it. After 2 weeks you'll have a very good starter, but we'll see when it's ready. Okay, I'm going to skip a few days and then we'll come back. Okay, just to update you, this is the sour bread. It's the 10th day and what our sourdough looks like. It's thick and bubbly. what I did this morning, I had a few batches going at the same time. I emptied 4 cups of flour into a bowl like that, and I added the sourdough with a little bit of warm water, and I put a shower cap over it. Now this is what it looks like now. Okay, so you can see it's bubbling, full of, you can actually hear it. Okay, that's the sourdough, what they call the sponge. To that I'm going to add more flour, and later on I'm going to mix it all in and knead it to the amount that I need. That's like a super starter. Okay, the bins are at the back here, the pans I use. Okay, just to show you, give you an idea of the size of the pan. It's 20 centimeters by about 11. So I think they said a 900 gram tin, but I weigh in 600 grams of the dough, and I put it in there and I leave it to rise till it's big and overflowing. I'll show you the video of that a bit later. By the way, the flour that I'm using is just a plain brown bread flour. I did use some whole wheat to put in that starter. This is good enough for another at least 3 or 4 loaves. I put this whole bottle, except I left a little bit at the bottom. I put this whole bottle in this bowl. So this bottle will go in this bowl, and it'll make enough sponge for about 4 loaves of bread. Okay, I'm going to make 4 loaves of bread. This is the sponge starter. It's going down a little bit now, but it's still very active. I'm going to be adding some more flour. I'm going to mixing the two together, and then working up to 3 cups of flour per tin. So we're going to end up with 12 cups of flour. I already have 4 in there. I've got 4 there, that's 8. I'll be adding warm water and flour and mixing it around until it gets up to the 12 cups of flour. Now I'll be showing you just now how I really get hands-on there. Just hang on a bit. Okay, we've got this mix now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt it straight on an unfloured table here. Okay, time to get your hands dirty now.
The sponge,
yeah, that's the sponge and the extra flour. What we're going to do is we're going to start adding a little bit of flour at a time, and until we've got our amount of 3 cups per tin flour. Okay,
baking tin.
Yeah. What I do is just we grab it, start mixing it up. Now,
you can see it's very wet.
Very wet at this moment, but as you work it, slap it around. As you work it, you will see. Slowly work it, pick it up, slap it down, pick it up, slap it down, pick it up. Pick it up sideways, slap it down, pick it up sideways, slap it down. And carry on like that.
And the stretching of it is good.
Yeah, stretching, not
stretches the gluten.
kneading hard, but I will do that a bit later. But stretching a little bit. Okay, as you work it, you'll see it start coming together. You'll start adding a little bit of flour, and it'll come together. Okay, with adding the cups of flour, this is my technique I've developed myself here. Just rub it, roll it until it gets long, double it up.
You've added how many cups? 4 cups of flour.
Another 4 cups of flour, plus a little bit extra.
To get it to that consistency.
Yeah, to get that so it doesn't get too tacky, you know.
Yeah. So it's
So
manageable.
it's manageable, yeah. So by hand it doesn't stick anymore. It doesn't stick to the counter anymore. What I do is I just keep rolling it. And if it gets too sticky, doesn't matter, just put a bit of flour, yeah, on your hands, whatever, yeah, just roll it, double it up, roll it again, and then work it in, double up. Okay, once it's done, sort of manageable consistency, still very sticky. I like to keep it a little bit. All we do now is we weigh off say 100 rand.
No, 600.
600 grams, okay. 600 grams, and lay it into a sort of a loaf size and put in the pan. Just push pause. Okay, we've got about 600 gram 606 odd grams. Okay, all we do is just mold it so that it's fairly even. Place it in the tin. Like that, to rise. Okay, I've worked the dough and placed 600 grams in each tin. A little bit left over, so I rolled 3 little rolls, and I'm testing out a pot bread. See how that comes out. Little pot, mini pot breads, but in essence that's the breads. We'll see when they rise a bit later. You'll see they're quite low in the tins. We'll see when they get a bit bigger later. Okay, we've let the bread rise a little bit. What I'm going to do, for this one here, I'm going to put some grapeseed oil on. We're going to just paint it on the top here. And we're going to sprinkle some little bit of Himalayan salt. I forgot to put salt in the bread, but we'll paint that on top there. Let me show you here. I leave it for a few hours on the table. Show you underneath, under cover, and that's what they turn out to be. Okay, so we're going to bake these breads now, and I'll show you what they look like when they come out the oven. Back over here a little bit. I've preheated the oven to 220 degrees. We're going to set the clock for 20 minutes, and then we're going to turn it down to 180 and set it for another 20 minutes. Okay, let's have a look here. We're going to start painting. Just going to paint a little bit on there, and then when we're finished we're going to bake it and I'll show you the results. Time's up. This is what happened to the one we painted. Looks like it collapsed a bit. That one looking good. Those are looking all quite cool. Alright, what you need to do is, see here it taps nicely. Oops. Yeah. You see there, you tap it. Oh, sounds hollow underneath. So it's good. What I do is just put mine on the wire rack. It's cool enough, it's ready to go. Perfect little loaf. And a few minutes later, 1 cup of tea and 3/4 of the loaf of bread gone.
About 4 of us, not 2.
This is one, quite a nice grain. The one we painted with olive oil doesn't look as nice as the others, but
Olive oil and salt.
it wasn't olive oil, it was grapeseed oil. Hey, yeah. No salt. I painted, put the salt on top of the... These are the others. Were saved. They'll be eaten later.